Well, welcome back into day 3 of the Apollo Project's New Zealand Swimming Championships live from the National Aquatic Centre here in Auckland. A fantastic day 2 yesterday. Amazing performances across both the men's and women's field and the para-athletes as well. We kicked off the session last night with Andrew Jeffcoat lowering that time down to 53.57, just 0.2 seconds off the New Zealand record held by Gareth Keane, and a qualifying mark again for him. Cameron Gray, qualifying mark in the 50 butterfly, as it was for Hazel Auerhan, who also collected the New Zealand record. She was absolutely ecstatic with that and to get that qualifying time. 200 freestyle, very, very close in the men's race. Lewis Clarebert coming out on top right in the final metres. Asher Smith-Franklin continuing his great form in the para swimming, collecting 2 more New Zealand records yesterday. Looking forward to more maybe today. Cam Leslie qualifying in the 200 metres freestyle, not his favourite event. I saw him in the foyer this morning. He likes the shorter ones now at 32 years of age, which I can understand. Josh Gilbert in the 100 metre breaststroke. He was stoked to get the FINA B time and giving the chance for a relay at the World Aquatics Championships. He's back in action today with the 200 metre breaststroke. Monique Wierzowski, an amazing performance, 1:08 in the 100 metre breaststroke, a FINA B time and New Zealand Open record for her. She was very happy, of course. And Erica Fairweather finishing the night, lowering that New Zealand record in the 200 metre freestyle, 1:55.44. And we're going to see her in action today, the 400 metre freestyle, which is going to be very exciting to see whether she can get under 4 minutes. We kick off today's heat session with the 400 metre freestyle for the men. All the usual suspects in there. A fast 3:48 qualifying time. We'll see who wants to go fast this morning. And then we've got the 400 metre freestyle for women. As we said, Erica Fairweather in there with Eve Thomas, as well as Caitlin and Summer. That qualifying time 4:10.57. The 100 metres butterfly this morning, Hazel Auerhan back in action. The qualifying time a fast 58.33. Milan Glintmeyer in there as well. 200 breaststroke is back. Josh Gilbert will be coming back in that event, as well as Luan Grobbelaar, one of his favourite events as well. That qualifying 2:10.32. 50 metre backstroke, Andrew Jeffcoat back in action. Of course, the gold medalist from the Commonwealth Games last year. We're looking forward to seeing how fast he goes this morning, as well as Zach Dell. Then we've got the multi-class 50 backstroke, Cameron Leslie. He's liking the sprints now, so we'll look forward to seeing how he goes. And the 50 backstroke for women, Gabby Farmasili is there, Hazel Auerhan and Emma Godwin will be going battling it out in the 3 heats there. 100 butterfly for men will follow. Cameron Gray in action. Talking to Gary Francis before the championships, he said Cam's going to really need to focus on that 100 butterfly leading into the Paris Olympic Games in 2024. We've got Asher Smith-Franklin in the 100 fly as well following, and we finish with the 400 freestyle para multi-class to finish session number 5. Hope you enjoy the action.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Welcome in. Session number 5, heats. And would now like you to put your hands together and welcome our technical officials onto pool deck this morning. And our referees for this morning's session, Greg Forsyth and Gavin Ion. Starters, Joe Russell and Alan Hale. And our technical director for these championships is Carlreen Gillespie. Thank you, officials. We now welcome to pool deck the first event of this morning's program, event 17, the men's 400 metre freestyle, and coming out is heat number 1. Lane 1, Ethan Buchanan. 2, Chris Jang. 3, Gus Shivnan. 4, Zach Reed. 5, Tyler Tapper. 6, Jack Potier. 7, Nick Close. 8, Jonty Sheriffs. Solid heat spins there from Zach Reed, Gus Shivnan second to the wall, and Tyler Tapper, the middle of the pool there for heat number 1. Heat 2 of event 17, the men's 400 metres freestyle. In lane 1, Dieter Biswin. 2, Dominic Faulkner. 3, Sam Brown. 4, Louis Clark. 5, Lewis Clareburt. 6, Curtis Malsop. 7, Eli Ashby. 8, Keula Luan. Louis Clark and Lewis Kleber just cruising into finish here. Heat number 2 of the 400 metre freestyle. 4:05s. Sam Brown will touch third. And it's going to be an exciting final tonight. A number of swimmers could take the honours tonight for that one. And that concludes event 17. We move now to event 111, the 400 metre freestyle for men multi-class. In lane 2, Tate Pichon, 3, Lance Dusto, 4, Jack Bugler, 5, David Beck, 6, James Hayden. David Beck coming in to finish his heat 4:47.53. Just outside of his entry time, as does Jack Bugler. Seeing some faster times at night from these para-athletes, so hopefully some rest this afternoon and a bit of hype this evening will bring them through to some PBs. Next event up is event 24, the women's 400 metres freestyle. There are 3 heats, and this is heat number 1. In lane 3 from Coast Swimming Club, Elizabeth Brennan. 4 from Pirates, Samantha Fowler. And 5 from St Peter's, Alyssa Tapper. 4:33.92 for Samantha Fowler. A couple of seconds under the entry time there. Second to the wall, Alyssa Tapper. Elizabeth Brennan rounds out the 3. Lane 1, Lena Hamlin-O. Lane 2, Chloe Peters. 3, Summer Osborne. 4, Eve Thomas. 5, Kira Allett. 6, Brooke Bennett. 7, Sophie Hay. Eve Thomas finishing 4:16.88. Solid heat swim for her. Kira Ellett, second to the wall. Brooke Bennett, third. Next up, heat 3 of the women's 400 metres freestyle. Final heat of the women's 400 metres freestyle in lane 1, Amelia Finer, 2, Bella Wansborough, 3, Ruby Heath, 4, Erica Fairweather, 5, Caitlin Deans, 6, Talitha McEwen, 7, Olivia Emmett, lane 8, Emily Austin. New Zealand record holder Erica Fairweather in lane 4, and a qualifying time for the World Aquatics Championships at 4:10.57. Erica Fairweather coming in to win heat number 3. And she will qualify for the World Aquatics Championships 4:09.08. Comfortably underneath the 4:10.57 qualifying mark. Pretty cruisy heat this morning. The luxury of being at Erica's level. Caitlin Dean's 4:15.43. Sitting around about the same time as Eve Thomas. It's going to be an exciting final this evening. And that concludes event number 24. The official result there of heat number 3. And we'll be back after the break for event 18, the women's 100-metre butterfly heats. Welcome back. The next event on the program is event 18, the women's 100 metres butterfly. There are 3 heats, and this is heat number 1. Lane 1, Isla Marsh. Lane 2, Kate Wheeler. Lane 4, Esme Patterson. 5, Amelia Bray. 6, Taylor Miles. And 7, Charlie Twos. Good swim there by Esme Patterson to win heat number 1. Amelia Bray hits second, Taylor Miles third. Heat number 2, Poppy Henderson in 1, lane 2, Nicole Lockie, 3, Grace Spake, 4, Milan Glintmeyer, 5, Paige Schindelar Kemp, 6, Zoe Pedersen, 7, Anya Moritz, the qualifying time, Fina A, 58.33, which is underneath the current New Zealand record held by Helena Gasson. Nice final 10 metres there by Milan Glintmeyer, 1:01.72. That's a very smart time underneath her entry time. Continues her great form. Heat 3 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. Lane 1, Hannah Piper. Lane 2, Neve Tarsika. 3, Ruby Matthews. 4, Hazel Auerhan. 5, Amy Crosby. 6, Eva Allen. 7, Kaylee Jackson. And a bit of a shout out to Milan Glintmeyer, breaking her own 14-year-old New Zealand age group record in the previous heat. Congratulations, Milan. Fantastic finish, 58.85 for Hazel Auerhan, just outside of that Fina A time and the New Zealand record. But a very, very good heat swim this morning for Hazel. And looking at her entry time, that is a PB by half a second. And just beautiful finish there, just with the timing to the wall. And she looks pretty happy with that one. That concludes event number 18. And we move now to event 112, the 100-metre butterfly. For women, multi-class. And in lane 4 is Lily Fox-Mason. 1:12.4 is the time in the program. Just outside that this morning, Lily Fox-Mason completes the heat for the women's 100 butterfly multi-class. And we'll be back after this break for the men's 200 breaststroke heats. In lane 2, the visitor, Gane Alexander. 3, Jacob Story. 4, Luan Grobbelaar. 5, Jackson Kennard. 6, Daniel Calabote. 7, Nicholas Cowan. The qualifying mark, 2:10.32, which is underneath Glenn Snyder's New Zealand record of 2:10.55. Incredible to see these qualifying marks come down. 2:10 back then would have won the Olympic Games. And now it's a qualifying mark to get to a World Champs. So close finish there, 2:22s for Jacob Story and Luan Grobbelaar in heat number 1. second heat of the men's 200 metre breaststroke. In lane 1, Sean O'Connor close. 2, Oliver Dooley. 3, Young Soo Ah Song. 4, Josh Gilbert. 5, Lachlan McKenzie. 6, Leo Arrowsmith. 7, Caleb Ludlow. .105 through the first half of this 200 breaststroke for the 100 metre New Zealand champion. A best time of 2:12.27, about 2 seconds outside of that qualifying mark. Starting to get to the business end of this 200 breaststroke. Pain starting to set in a little bit now, having to really concentrate. And as Josh said, it's all in the head. The final 20 metres comes into touch. 2:15.92. Nice solid heat swim for Josh Gilbert. Hopefully more gas in the tank for tonight's final. Second, Lachlan McKenzie. Third to the wall, Leo Arrowsmith. And there's the result of heat number 2. We move now to event 20, the women's 200 metre breaststroke. And there are 2 heats. This is heat number 1. New Zealand record in this event held by Natasha Lloyd, 2:29.73. The World Aquatic Championship qualifying time, 2:25.91. Zalika Pratt-Smith from Coast has an entry time of 2:32.64. And similar times to 2 of the women in the second heat, Rebecca Wilkins and Lucy McKinnon. And she's made a nice start here in heat number 1. Beautiful streamlined position she gets herself into. And real breaststroke specialist, Zalika Pratt-Smith, does quite like the IM as well. Bit of a short touch there, 1:13.35. might be looking for around about 231, 232 here if she can hold this pace. She did a 38.97 through that second 50. Possibly looking at a 118, 119 for the second 100. This is a good heat swim here from Zalika Pratt-Smith. 2:34.43. Kyla Brown second to the wall. Third is Trelise Dance. Lane 2, Lanahay Connolly. 3, Melissa Cowan. 4, Rebecca Wilkins. 5, Lucy McKinnon. 6, Alicia Wong. And 7, Monique Wierzowski. Now, Monique, the 15-year-old who owns the New Zealand record for the 100 metres breaststroke, is in lane 7 out there. Melissa Cowan, obviously doing a 109 last night in lane 3. And should expect to see Wierzowski start to maybe come through this field on the second 100. She's taking things pretty easy at the moment. Melissa Cowan, on the other hand, is really pushing this first 100. Really come back into some great form, Cowan. And through in a similar time to Pratt-Smith, the 1:13.20. And you'll see that underwater if you're watching from home. Breaststrokers allowed one big dolphin kick at the end of their breaststroke kick on the pullout. Rebecca Wilkins, entry time for her of 2:32.07. Starting to come back a little bit now on Melissa Cowan. Looking strong in this final length, Melissa Cowan from North Shore. Rebecca Wilkins just starting to attack a little bit in lane 4. It's going to be a close final tonight. 2:34. Very similar splits to Zyleka Pratt-Smith. Rebecca Wilkins will be the third qualifier into the final. And just checking out those results of the second heat. We'll shoot to a short break and be back for event 21, the men's 50 metres backstroke.
Some say it's only water, but for us, it's so much more. It's the challenge we rise to every day. It's the pleasure of teamwork. This is the story of how we give water a fresh new form by molding it into a sparkling masterpiece. Our unique team can make every space truly special, just the way you want it. We are inspired by those who push their limits. We believe in riding the wave, in harnessing the latest advances to make something tangible, lasting, and perfectly formed.
Welcome back to the Apollo Project's New Zealand Swimming Championships. This is session number 5, the heat session. Next event up, event 21, the men's 50 backstroke. There are 3 heats. This is heat number 1. Lane 2, James Crosby. 3, Alex Esposito. 4, Kane follows. 5, Wilrick Kutsia. 6, Ethan McDonald. 7, Samuel Poching. In fact, there is no Wilrick, unless he's still underwater. $26.35 there for Kane follows. Heat 2, lane 2, Harrison James. 3, Kokoro Frost. 4, Zach Dell. 5, Finn Harlan. 6, Hunter Dobson. 7, Liam Rees. Nice fast start in lane 4 here for Zach Dell. And Finn Harlan right alongside him in 5. Now that looked quick. 25.79. Final heat, Hans Holf in 1, Bede Aitu in 2, Lachlan McKenzie in 3, Andrew Jeffcoat in 4, Jack Hendy in 5, Tito Tipi in 6, and John Quirk in 7. No surprises here. The Commonwealth Games gold medalist Jeffcoat leads the charge down the lat for the 50 backstroke. Let's see what he can turn up today. 25.06. And that is underneath the FINA A time for the qualifying mark for the World Aquatics Championships. Well done, Andrew Jeffcoat. Next up, we have event 113, the 50 backstroke for men multi-class. Tate Pichon in 1, James Hayden in 2, Guy Harrison in 3, Cameron Leslie in 4, Jesse Reynolds in 5, Lance Dusto in 6, Denver Xavier 7, Luca Willems in 8. And Jesse Reynolds powering through in lane 5, S9. And that's a 30.82. Lance Dusto second to touch the wall. Here comes Cameron Leslie. We'll check his timeout as well. In he comes. 43.21. So qualification for Cameron Leslie. Well done. And a New Zealand record by the looks of it there for Jesse Reynolds. We're just confirming that. Well done to Jesse Reynolds.
Kevin was waiting for the nod. He observed it. Small debate. How many good is it? 4.
Well done, Jesse, and well done to Cameron Leslie. Next up is the women's 50-metre backstroke. There are 4 heats. This is heat number 1. Eva Borkowski in 3, 4 is Eleanor Saunders, 5, Helena Gasson. Just outside of that, well, outside of 28, a 29.23. Well done to Helena Gasson in heat 1. Lane 1, Talita McEwen, 2, Molly Shivnan, 3, Hope Shamil, 4, Gabby Farmasili, 5, Milan Glintmeyer, 6, Tess Winneray, 7, Zoe Crawford. Great start here by Gabby Farmasili, and alongside her, Milan Glintmeyer. 28.75 for Gabby Farmasili. That was a great 50. Milan Glintmeyer, second. Lane 1, Taylor Miles, 2, Pippa Mihaka, 3, Amber George, 4, Hazel Auerhan, 5, Isabel Gibson, 6, Sileka Pratt-Smith, 7, Emma North. A bit of a long reach for the touch there for Hazel Auerhan, just over 29. Amber George touches second. Third, Isabel Gibson. Fourth and final heat of the women's 50 backstroke. Lane 1, Ray Kwan, 2, Kasha Stokes, 3, Liv Peebles, 4, Emma Godwin, 5, Savannah Eve Martin, 6, Anna McGowan, 7, Charlotte Cole, 8, Olivia Wheeler. Emma Godwin gets there just over 29. Liv Peebles touches second. Third, Savannah Eve Martin, just over 30. It's going to be a close final tonight around those middle lanes, all around late 28s, early 29s. And the result there of that final heat. Next up, event 114, the 50-metre backstroke women multi-class, and it's lane 4, Riley Sayer. Riley Sayer swimming on her own once again. Make some noise for Riley Sayer if you're in the arena. 39 point something is the, we'll get that, is the New Zealand record. 39.22 held by Jane Fox, the character. See how Riley Sayer goes today. I think she's going to be outside of that New Zealand record. And the under 16 is 42.99. Just outside of both of those. Well done to Riley Sayer for her heat this morning. Next up is the 100 metres butterfly, and we'll be back. No, we're going to be straight into it, I think. This is heat 1 of 4. Lane 3, Eli Ashby. 4, Gunne Alexandra. 5, Dylan Boysons. 6, Iyad Masoud. And the visitor wins at 58.01. And some good fast times there in the green on the board here at the Aquatic Centre. Lane 1, Kokoro Frost. 2, Iko Shibuya. 3, Joel Crampton. 4, Christopher Elson. 5, Blair Helms. 6, Ryan Peck. 7, William Campbell. 8, Chris Jang. Chris Elson down nice and quick, 25.5. In a 54.62 for Chris Elson. That's a good heat swim this morning for him. Heat 3 of the men's 100 butterfly. 1, Henry Williams. 2, Carter Swift. No, he's not there. 3, Fergus Eadie. 4, Lewis Clareburt. 5, McAllister Clark. 6, Mary Thibault. 7, Sam Kenny. 8, Kayula Luan. Lewis Clareburt takes out heat number 3, 54.87. Final heat of the men's 100 metres butterfly. 1, Alex Odom. 2, Johnson Lee. 3, Joshua Amies. 4, Cameron Gray. 5, Wilrick Kutsia. 6, Ollie Lutton. 7, Matt Hutchins. 8, Curtis Malsop. In fact, we don't have a Matt Hutchins in there. Now the qualifying mark for the World Aquatics Champs, 51.96, New Zealand record held by Corne Swanepoel back in 2009 at 51.61. What a blistering swim that was. And pretty cruisy looking Cam Gray in lane 4, loping his way down the second 50. And first qualifier into the final, Cameron Gray. Wilrick Kutsia will make that final as well. Joshua Amies touches third. And he looks reasonably comfortable with that time. And that concludes event number 23, the men's 100 metres butterfly. We'll just wait for the result. Next up, event 115, the 100 metres butterfly for men multi-class. Lane 2, Denver Xavier. 3, Lance Dusto. 4, Asher Smith-Franklin. 5, David Beck. And 6, Joshua Wilmer. And maybe a New Zealand record for Asher Smith-Franklin. Let's have a look. He has a new New Zealand record under his own mark of 103.92. So he's gone 0.8 seconds faster there. Great effort, Asher. And that concludes event 115. And we'll be back after this short break with the 400 freestyle for women multi-class.
Apollo Projects is New Zealand's trusted specialist for the design and construction of sports, aquatics and education centres, and is proud to be the principal sponsor of Swimming New Zealand.
Welcome back. The final event of this morning's program, the 400 freestyle for women multi-class. Lane 3, Lily Fox-Mason. 4, Ella Ben. And 5, Gabby Smith. So this event here, a couple of the girls really gunning for a qualifying mark for the Para Swimming World Championships. Ella Ben has to do a 5:03.59, and Gabby in the S10 category needs to go 5:01.69. So we'll keep a track of their progress as we go. And Lily Fox Mason, S10 as well. So that's that 5:01.69. .5:05.34, Alabin 5:08, just outside of those qualifying marks for the Para Swimming World Championships. In comes Lily Fox Mason, 5:19.45. We'll see these girls, these women, later tonight for the final. And we'll just wait for those results. And that concludes session number 5, the heat session this morning on day 3. Please put your hands together and thank our technical officials for their time and attention this morning. Well, a pretty cruisy heat session for day number 3 here at the Apollo Projects New Zealand Swimming Championships. We started off with that 400 metre freestyle heats for the men. all pretty cruisy, to be honest, all hanging around that 4:04, 4:05. So certainly going to see some faster times tonight in the finals. About 3 or 4 of the guys in the middle lanes within seconds of each other. In the women's event, it was Erica Fairweather that went under the qualifying mark for the World Aquatics Championships. Again, cruising really for her at 4:09, and hoping to see some great times tonight from her and others. Eve Thomas in there, Caitlin Deans. 100 metres butterfly, Milan Glintmeyer, New Zealand age group record for her in 101.72, and Hazel Auerhand, 58.85. She looked pretty stoked with that times and not far off that qualifying mark for Hazel Auerhand. 200 metre breaststroke for both men and women. No qualifying marks this morning. They'll have to go a little bit quicker tonight to try and get closer to them. They are very, very competitive times, those ones. 50 metre backstroke, Finn Harlan, very close to that New Zealand age group record held by Daniel Bell. We'll see if we can get him through to that tonight. Andrew Jeffcoat, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist, collecting the qualifying mark for the World Champs this morning, takes the pressure off tonight. He was just over 25 seconds. In the multi-class 50 metre backstroke, Cameron Leslie collects the qualifying mark for the World Champs, and Jesse Reynolds, a New Zealand record in his disability class as well, which was great to see. And then we had the women's 50 backstroke, late 28s and early 29s. They're all going to be sitting in the middle of the pool there, very close to each other. It's going to be a close one. And then we finish with the 100 metres butterfly for multi-class. Asher Smith Franklin continues his record-breaking form with a new record in that event. He owned that record, so he's got that one. And then close in the men's event, all of them right close to it, around about that 53, 54 mark, 54 for Cameron Gray, early 55s for the other gentlemen, and then some nice swims for the women in the 400 metre freestyle multi-class. We'll see you tonight from 5:30 for the finals.